This is bracket number 938. But we're getting somewhere now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are watching this. So in today's episode, Jesus, it's heavy this for the size of it. We're going to make this thing fit the micro-powered Mini. Right, I'll address this now before we go any further, just purely for the so anybody who comments. In this video, you will see my friend Pete. I work with Pete. We're part of like a work bubble. So we both took a couple of days off work to work on the Mini. So that's why someone else is in the video. He's not massive, he don't like being on the camera, but he loves anything to do with cars and engines and stuff like that. So more than willing to help me. But yeah, that's the reason. So don't get at me in the comments regards to I don't care about COVID and things like that, because it's just, I've already addressed it. Right, so we're just doing some mock-up for the alternator here. We've had it in a few places, we've had it up here, down here, but Pete's going to put it into where we think we're going to go, really. Yeah, sort of like that. So the belt will run on this bottom, this inside pulley here, water pump pulley there, and obviously onto the alternator, quite a small belt. This here at the moment isn't tapped, so we've just been to Screwfix and picked up a tap and die set. We're going to tap this to M10. And then off this bottom one, or no, in fact round the back inset, round the back there, we're going to build some sort of bracket off for the adjuster of it, but this will be the solid mount side, so it just slides into there like that. Obviously the wheel is at full lock at the moment and it's close, but it's not too close, and then all I'll do is probably off of here I'll just build a little shield to keep all the dirt and everything off of it. I think that's because most people mount them round about here. I've seen some people mount them at the back, but I don't think there's much space. And other people mount them, do you want to flip back round where they usually mount them? And most people mount them there. But like I said in my previous video, I am worried about the exhaust manifold coming down here and being so close to this electrical item here, so that's why I'm a bit, because it would be just dead easy to build a bracket off of there, but that's not what we're up to. We're gonna tap that and then we'll go get some bolts and we'll see what we can do. Right, so tap this top one out to be M12. We're gonna go, we thought M10, but it's actually not, it's M12, and I'm just tapping this bottom one out because what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to cut a piece of metal and this will sort of act like a brace between the two, because it is only aluminium, and obviously the alternator is quite heavy and there's going to be some strain on it obviously from the belt that goes on it. So yeah, so we're just going to finish tapping this and then we'll offer it back up again and see where we're at. Right, so the alternator is in sort of like the position it's going to live in. We still need to work out the back for the adjustment on it, but this obviously, like I say, because this is only aluminium, I am a bit worried about the stress on that, of the weight of the alternator. So obviously I've tapped this bottom hole here and there'll be a spreader plate across them two, should hopefully just spread the load a bit and help that out. It's slightly off at the moment, it's probably about a tooth off, but I could take this up with a thicker washer, something like that. This won't be staying, this will be an actual spacer in there. Just had a quick look on eBay, you can pick up a spacer any size you want really. So there'll be like a collar in there. And that's probably about it, but I think that looks really nice in there. Like I said, that's the wheel on full lock, so it doesn't actually touch it. Just double check that, is it definitely on full lock? Oh, now it is. It's close, but like I said, there'll be a little guard that swings around here, and just to keep all the road grime off of it. So, as with everything on these, it's always ever changing, and I've actually moved the location of the alternator now. It was tucked away back here, but I actually prefer it in that position there. So it's still going to have, rather than bracing off that bottom bit there, I'm actually going to brace off of these two bolts here and sideways there. So I think that's got that sort of movement. And then off this bottom bolt here, I can cut a piece of plate and then weld almost like an adjuster slide onto it, and then the alternator I'll cut this off as well because I don't need that, and then the alternator can swing backwards and forwards on that adjuster to get the required tension that I need on the belt. I think that's a much better place. It looks more OEM there. It is out of the way of the wheel. You can't really see the angle. It's much more out of the way of the wheel, I think, there. And I do prefer it in that sort of location. So like I said, this is where it now sits. So it'll probably sit in sort of like that position there. Obviously, it's just slightly off at the moment with the bottom pulley. But I can adjust that by putting a collar or thicker washers on here, which will pull that in slightly. So yeah, I think I'm happy with it there. It was in there, but it's just too close to the wheel, I think. So I've pulled it out and I've put it there. And plus it means I don't have to build off the back of here for the adjuster. I can literally build off of here, which I think will be much simpler. Right, so this is what we've come up with so far. Very rough at the moment. So we've cut a bit of box section. I will put it up to the car so you can see it. So it's going to sit roughly like that, which means the bolt can slide through. But I'll offer it up to the car because it doesn't make much sense on the bench. But we've made that, and we've made that as well. So as you can see, that bolt there will be going through this box section here into the mount. And then that there will give us the slide. That's it. It's very rough at the moment, but we're just going to see if it's going to work, and then we can tidy it up. So I'm going to weld across the top there, across the bottom, and then this will all become one piece then. This is what I love about working on project cars. This whole section didn't exist about 20 minutes ago. So got a piece of box section, drilled a hole, made a longer, put a longer bolt in the mount there. Because that's where the engine mounts to, and then we made this bracket here and we put this slider in, and now it slides up and down. Ta-da! Right, I know I keep jumping in and you're probably thinking it's the same thing. This is bracket number 938. But we're getting somewhere now. The reason we had to change again is because we had clearance issues on the adjustment, but you can see the adjustment there. It's about halfway up and I have still got room to go backwards and forwards on it. So we just need to finish off this bracket now because we need to just put a piece in there so it's completely sealed off. And that is the alternator. I've said this before, but it's the alternator mounted. And that's it. The final bracket. So it's still mounted at the top there like that. Mounted there. There. You can see how much clearance I've got. It does look like it's hitting, but it's not. There you go. You can see that a bit better there. Just flip that round. So yeah, so it's got space now to move backwards and forwards, which is nice. So as you can see, I tapped the block for the mounting of the alternator, and I drilled the hole bigger. So that's the mounting of it, and then this is your adjuster side, the little 13mm bolt that screws into it there. He says, oh, I'm not lying, look. Not lying. There we go. That screws into there. So this is the bracket. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it'll get cleaned up a bit more and then it'll be sent off for powder coating. But it functions, it works. So this is version, what we're saying, Pete, I think probably version, let me try and work out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 maybe. So this is version 6 or 7 I think, of trying to mount the alternator and get it to slide. For the belt tension, everything like that. I say it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but I'm really proud of that. That's a joint effort between me and Pete. That a lot of head scratching, a lot of working out. But yeah, once that's all cleaned up, ground back and everything, and then powder coated, I think that'll be a nice little addition. So I think that's it for this episode. Like I say, I wanted to get the alternator mounted. Really didn't want it near the exhaust manifold. Now, a couple of people might say, oh, you're mounting the alternator the wrong way around. Now, in the Chirons, they are mounted this way, I believe, anyway. So it will be going the right way. But also as well, in most, in fact, nearly all new alternators, they are either way. They regulate either way. So that's, if I have a problem, I have a problem. We'll have to come across that, but I'm very, very confident that it'll work the way we did it. So I enjoyed that, guys. I hope it helps some people. A lot of head scratching, a lot of headaches, a lot of yay. Oh no, I don't fit now. Front end won't go on, etc., etc. But we had a laugh doing it. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching.